Hi, my name is Tolu Akimbami. I am a proud mom and grandmother, an author of books, all available on Amazon. I am a Jesus lover, ministering to women and men in different nations of the world through the online platform called the Watchers Prayer Ministry. My passion is to lead you in praying those prayers that you have always wanted to pray but did not know how to. Through the help of the Holy Spirit, I bridge this gap by crafting prayers just for you. My second passion is to bring you in touch with real people who have real testimonies of God's faithfulness to answer us when we call through this platform, Conversations with Pastor T. Can you do these three things? 1, share this video. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. And 3, you can receive weekly prayers every weekend in your inbox by subscribing through the link below. Welcome to Conversation with Pastor T. Muted. Welcome to Conversations with Pastor T. I am so glad to have you on board again this week. Welcome to everybody who has joined. Please put your name in the chat box. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, let me see where you're from. Doris, good to see you. I know you're in the UK. All right. Let's see where you're logging in from. Welcome. This is going to be an amazing time, a beautiful time, a great time. Hi, Moji. Good to see you. It's going to be really, really awesome. Yes. Ekerete. I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrongly. Ekerete. Bless you. Welcome. Ekube. Welcome. Pastor Wonu, welcome. I'm really enthused about today's conversation. You know, if you've been following this channel, we've been talking about intentionality in our parenthood. We went through passing on the baton from one generation to another. Now we now start talking about being intentional as a father. Welcome to Yetomi Wa, to Bridget, to Olani. God bless you. Good to see you all. Please remember to like this video, by the way. So we've been talking about being intentional about parenting, but you know, for women, it almost, not all the time, almost seems like a natural thing, you know, parenting from a woman's perspective. But fathers are needed. Last year, I attended a workshop for counselors, and it was a workshop on for counselors in the family setup. So family setup, whether it's marriage, just general relationships. In fact, it was actually called counseling in family relationships. And during our breakout sessions, we're supposed to talk about fatherhood. So each person was supposed to talk about their personal experiences in fatherhood. And it was disheartening in my own group. I think, if my memory serves me well, I was the only person in my group that had anything to say that was positive, either about my dad or the father of my children. I say it that way because we're talking about dads. It was disheartening to hear what people had to say. It was unfortunate. And looking on, I realized that many times there is this assumption that we think that, oh, dads are fully present. But this journey, we want to see how we can be better as parents, better as fathers, better as mothers. And so I keep bringing in people who can talk to us about that. Amen. I'm still saying a big shout out to those from Nigeria. Ikenna, good to see you. I'm glad to see so many here today. Yes. Now, today, my guest, interestingly, is a woman. And her husband can't be here because her husband is with the King of Kings. He has transitioned to glory. But I watched the little I watched in what they did and what he did. I kept on remembering certain things about him, and I said, you know something, I'd like to bring her on board because I know they are a formidable team, and we're going to talk about certain things that he did with his children, and I also experienced directly with his children, and let's see what we can benefit from that. So, without further ado,
benefit from that.
hallelujah.
So without further ado, hallelujah.
Okay, so
Hi.
first of all, good evening. Do you have
Okay,
two
so first of
devices on?
all, good evening. Do you have two devices on? Hello, Mama.
Do you have two devices on?
Do you have two devices on? Okay, no, it's just one.
Because we are you I'm repeating myself.
Because we are, you
There's
are,
an
I'm
echo.
repeating myself. Oh, there's an echo. Okay, I'm connected to a Bluetooth device. I don't know if that's the
Oh, that must be
thing.
the case.
Oh, that must be the case. Yeah.
No problem. So what's going to happen is some of the audience are used to
No
that.
problem. So what's going to happen is some of the audience are used to that.
When I'm talking, you will mute yourself.
When I'm talking, you mute yourself.
And then when you
Okay.
want to talk, you unmute yourself.
And then when you want to talk, you unmute yourself. Okay.
Okay. All right. So let me
Okay.
introduce to you Ambassador Onyeme Ivy King, and she'll have to correct me if I pronounce her name wrongly. So, Ambassador Dr. Mrs. Onyeme Ivy King may not be strange to a number of us right now, but let me tell you who she is. She's a woman of many parts and diversities with wealth of experience that spans several fields. She's, first of all, a passionate God lover and an anointed scribe who sees her writing as an important calling in ministry, which enables her function as an influencer and change agent in society. She's an author. She's a co-founder and builder with her late husband, Dr. Ubon King. She stepped in as a chairman of Protection Plus Services Limited. Now, if anybody knows, if you don't know him, you can Google him, Dr. Ubon King, to see the amazing work he did. He's all over the place, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on YouTube, but it does not give the true measure of the persona of who we're talking about. So for her to be able to step into those shoes is not a small feat. All right. We need to appreciate this woman of God. So she's an author and publisher, a certified conference speaker, certified marriage and relationship coach, child protection specialist, certified grief and loss counselor, a mental health addictions therapist from the Institute for Marriage and Family Affairs in the US, and has a certification in women leadership from the Plan Institute USA. She's a graduate of English from University of Uyo with additional certificates in media enterprise and advanced writing and reporting from the Pan Atlantic University School of Media and Communication in Lagos, Nigeria. She was awarded the eminent ambassador of peace with the United Nations by the International Organization of World Peace Advocates in 2014. In 2015, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Africa Genius Award Center Foundation in Ghana awarded her the Kwame Nkrumah Pan-African Meritorious Award for Leadership. Please, she is not a small fry. The Life Changes Foundation UK also gave her the Life Changes Award for her online advocacy campaign for women and the family in 2015. In 2018, she was one of the recipients of Wise Women Awards by the Wisdom for Women International Organization. If I go on to read her entire dossier, we'll be here for 10 hours. But I want you to receive with joy. I want to see some receiving. I can see some claps already. This amazing woman. She was married to her best friend and husband for 18 years until his transition to glory December 2020, and she has taken up the mantle of leadership challenge to both continue and to build his worthy legacy. She's a mother of 4, and her active social media profiles, where she continues to impact her writings. I'll post her active social media profiles. Ivy King, welcome. Ambassador Ivy King, welcome. You are an amazing woman of grace, and it's good to have you here.
You are an amazing woman of grace, and it's good to have you here. Thank you very much, Mama. I'm honored to be here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Kindly mute. One thing about technology is that when we are live, we just have to manage what we see as it goes on. Okay, while we sort out the tech, I want to start, or I need her to come on before I go to the points I want to bring out. Oh, good, you're back.
Okay, yeah. I think it just went off briefly.
Yes.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Kindly mute yourself. Let me answer your question.
Okay.
So, welcome, and we thank God for the 18 years that God gave you in marriage to Ubong. So, this is something he spoke about a lot, which is talking about his relationship with his father and how he would say, oh, he was not accepted. I want you to talk briefly about his growing up years, which he said a lot about, his growing up years and his relationship with his own father. And how come he had that kind of relationship, and what you think or what he said helped him to now change or to be different with his own children.
Okay, thank you very much, Mama. It's a joy to be here and to share. Um, Ubon King was, I don't even know how to describe him, even as his wife. He spoke quite a lot about his childhood. He didn't have really positive childhood experiences, especially because at some point he told me that he was disowned. He was like the black sheep of the family, actually. And he was somebody who was not celebrated in any way. But his references to his father was always positive, because he used to tell me that his father was a God he knew. If there was anything that he was regretful about, it was the fact that he lost his father when he was 13. And every time he achieved milestones in his life, he would always bring up that conversation, about his father. So it was like a deep wound for him, not having his father around, because he said his father believed in him, his father was his best friend, and his father was the God that he saw. So I think his experience of his father, going by what he used to share with me, was a positive one, and though it was quite short in his own estimation. And his childhood experiences with rejection after his father died, because he told me that story. He told me why he was disowned by his mother. And he said that when he was in the university, he discovered that there was an uncle who was, I think there was a family business that he had joined. And he discovered that one of the uncles was divesting monies and all of that. And when the uncle discovered that, he knew, the uncle ran to Akwa Ibom and quickly gathered the family, told the family that Ubon King is now in the court, he's joining court and all of that. And based on that report, his mom convened a family meeting with her own family and told the family that she was disowning him he was no longer her son. So it was something that really pained him, because even as that few months before he passed, he told me that, do you know that up till now, my mom did not reconvene that meeting to tell the family that I take back those words that I said I had disowned you. And but even at that, he took excellent care of his mom, built her a house. We took care of her excellently. So it was something that was like a pain point to him. He grew up with that each time he remembered it, it was something that pained him a whole lot. So shortly before, after we met, he told me that he intentionally took out time to do studies about marriage and family. And I, on the other hand, too, was also reading a lot about marriage, family, and gaining a lot of information, because some of the things that I saw too growing up were things that were not really palatable. I just felt that this God designed marriage to be better than what I'm seeing. I felt it could be better. So by the time both of us came together, we were two people that had already been doing independent studies. So we came together, and I think one of the things that was like a plus was the fact that I came from a very warm, loving family background, very close knit background, because I remember that it's something that he used to tease me a whole lot. When he sees me with my mom and my sister gisting, he will call us the Three Musketeers. And he used to say it a lot, that he doesn't understand how my sister, for instance, will tell him that I'm her best friend, that he doesn't get how siblings could be best friends, because it's not really because of how he grew up. He wasn't really, they didn't have that kind of close knit experience. So that experience impacted a lot of him, on him, because the warmth and the love that happened in my own family spilled over to him, because by the time we got married, my family also embraced him. And he became like he was like a senior brother to my siblings, and the family experiences rubbed off, because we started having a lot of events in the house. We would have family events, and I think the high point of it was 2020. So more, during the pandemic, during the whole lockdown year, we had a lot of fun activities. We would have karaoke night, we would have movie night, we would stage cultural displays in the house. We did a whole lot of, fun activities at home. And I remember even his younger brother said to me, my brother was happy, that seeing the clips of those videos on my WhatsApp status, that he longed for that kind of thing, and he prayed to God that when he also gets married, he will also have this kind of family experiences, because he did not experience it growing up. And this is his younger brother. So he just told me, he said my brother was happy, and he thanked me for it. So in a way, we rubbed off on each other, we influenced each other. And also, it's one thing for you to study and learn something. It's another thing for you to implement those things that you have learned. So he intentionally and deliberately implemented a lot of those ideas with the children. One of the things that we started doing intentionally was that every time we both home together, because there was a lot of traveling, either he's traveling or I'm traveling or something. So every time two of us were together in Lagos consistently, we'll bring the children into our room. Every morning they will
So
come into our
so
room.
so let,
We'll
let, let
share.
me
Yeah.
let me pause you a bit. Excuse yourself.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Because you are giving us a lot of great things, and I don't want us to lose out on some of the great things you're talking about here. Thank you so much, Ivy. Before I go on, welcome to everyone who has joined after we started. Please remember to like the video, because when you like the video, you are telling the next person that comes that this is good content to watch. Thank you. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Thank you. I see something you said here. To be an intentional father, therefore, what you told us is that both of you independently started really reading. You were so each now you came from a good family, a family that there was love and there was warmth, but there were certain things that you felt no, there's more to marriage than this, and you began to study. And then he also out of his pain, he also started learning what a family and marriage can be like. So he was saying that in essence, the fact that I experienced this pain doesn't mean I should carry this same pain into the next phase of my life. And I want that to be a major message for anybody listening now and who would listen later. One of our guests, Pastor Sayawe, also said something similar. The fact that you do not have the right mentoring doesn't mean you cannot gain it. Now, Ubong was only 13 years old when his father transitioned, and yet when he remembers his dad, he remembers him. He said that is the God. What did you say? The God in my life. Or what do you say?
My life, what do you say? He used to say that his father is the God that he saw because of
Thank
the
you.
positive experiences he had of his dad. Yeah.
He said his father is the God that he saw. Do you see? So if his father had had a very horrible experience, he may have seen God as like that as well. So as a person who is yet to have children, you need to remember in your mind that these children, their perception of fatherhood, and that includes their perception of God, will first be how you as a man relate towards them, right? And that experience stayed with him, so that even when mom did the things that she did, he could still hold on to the positive experiences that they had. And I think that is just awesome, awesome, awesome. I want to read some of the things that you said. I went to his Instagram handle, and over the years, of course, I read them. I now went back to go and look at some of the things that he wrote over time. And one of the things I had said he that used to really stay with me was when he would post about the children, and he would say something and he would say mental massage. Mental massage. Let me look for one of such um good mental massage. Let me read these posts. It says, many people wonder what they can do with their time. My boy my boy, that is Jamon, my boy and I went, correct? Yeah, went went by the pool in a hotel in Abu Dhabi, and he decided to enter the floating balloon. He floated on top of the pool for 20 minutes only, and I paid 20. I don't know how is it. How do people drag my? What do you call the money? The
Dirham.
dirham. Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
dirham.
Okay, sorry.
All right. He says they had 5 balloons on the water, and I did a quick calculation. So, well, if you know Obon King, everything was money. He had an economic mindset, so he began to calculate what it meant. But what was important was this: there was a joy seeing his son in that balloon on the water. And something I saw with Ubong was that he always gave his children the opportunity to express themselves, and then he also exposed them into different experiences for their growth, and then he called it mental massage. Can you elaborate a bit on this mental massage? Thank you.
Okay, mental massage for him was all about blasting his mind with positive information, because what he used to do was every single morning when he wakes up and after our time together, he would go to the study and he would play different videos, different inspirational videos on different topics, and he would blast his mind. So he would trouble his mind, like he used to call it, so that it helped him with information. And he did a lot of mentoring for the children, because one of the things that the children said to me when he passed was that all of them, with no exception, they said Daddy was very busy. One, they knew he was a busy person, but he always had time for us. And he deliberately carved out time, especially with our son, Jamon. A lot of times, the conversations that they had, they excluded me. They said it's men's talk. So I wasn't really privy to a lot of those things that he was sharing with Jamon. It's now that I'm hearing it in snippets because he said it's man to man. His man to man talk. So he would take Jamon out. Sometimes he would drive out. There's one time he drove out with Jamon, and then he gave me a call. He said that Jamon, while they were out, they were talking, Jamon looked at him, and Jamon was thanking him. He was appreciative of all that his father had done. And then he said he wishes he could be the kind of man that his father is. And he started crying. He told me Jamon cried. He was quite young then. I think he may have been maybe 14 at the most, or 13. So that was something that was really touching to him. And he called me before they came home, and he shared that example with me. So sometimes when we travel, he would take Jamon out, and he would make Jamon pay. He said he wanted Jamon to have a test of how to handle responsibilities. Most of the time when we traveled out of Nigeria, I used to tell people that I'm
Sorry,
on a
I don't
holiday
think they
because.
heard you.
Sorry, I don't think they heard you.
He'll make
Hello?
Jamon do what?
Okay, I said most of the time when we travel and he wants to buy something, he will take Jamon out and give him either his card or money, physical money to pay. He will make Jamon pay for the item by himself. He said he wanted him to be the one to handle the money because it's some sort of training for him. And another thing that he used to do a whole lot when we travel was that he will tell me to relax. Once we travel, I'm on holiday 100% because I won't even go near the kitchen. He will carry Jamon into the kitchen, and both of them will make breakfast and all of that. So it was something that he kept on doing intentionally, making him understand responsibility, making him understand what manhood is. So he modeled firsthand for Jamon what it means to be a man. And at some point, I even thought it was a bit harder on Jamon, because when he would want to discipline Jamon, it's something that it used to make me fear. But he said Jamon needed it because it was going to help him in future. And now, with him not being in the picture, I have seen Jamon live with such a sense of responsibility. It's been amazing. There are some things that he does now that startles me. Everybody in the house keeps saying, wow, Jamon is behaving like that in terms of responsibility. He has a responsibility mindset. There's one time he wrote a letter to me that, Mommy, I want to give you so and so, his plans for me and all of that. And I told him, Jamon, relax. You have time to do all that one. Just concentrate on your studies. But it also shows the level of impartation that happened in those years that he had with his father. And when I saw the memorial website that we set up, because for the whole year, Jamon hadn't written anything. And then one of those days, recently, I think a few weeks ago, he went and he left a message, and he said that he doesn't believe that he could finally be happy. That when his father went to be with the Lord, he actually prayed and told God that he wanted the rapture to happen so that he could go and meet him. But he said, thank God that the rapture did not happen, that he's happy and he's enjoying his life. Mommy is doing a great job, and he wrote, you married the right one. So when I saw that, it really touched me a whole lot. So I saw that a lot of impartation has happened, the sense of responsibility, not just for Jamon, the girls as well, because they took me on like their personal responsibility. They were so concerned for me. Jamon said something to me. He said, Mommy, that in school, when he used to tell, he said your relationship with Daddy was just something else. That in school, he used to tell his friends that Mommy and Daddy are best friends. And he said a lot of them couldn't understand. They will ask him, how is it possible for a mother and a father to be best friends, that they couldn't fathom it? So the children were really worried for me when he passed, and they were circling me like fox. And at some point, I had to tell them, please, I am the mother. here. You're not supposed to mother me. I'm supposed to be the mother, because they had this huge sense of responsibility. So a lot of impartation happened because he was deliberate in his approach. He was deliberate in the things he said to the children. Those morning sessions that we had was an opportunity for him to speak with them about values. And one thing about him is that he never hid anything from them. He shared his failures, he shared his mistakes with them, he shared everything. He didn't go, even family history, the things that had happened to him growing up, he shared it with the children. So there's nothing really that happened, because after he passed, a lot of drama here and there, family drama. The children were not shocked by it, because he had prepared them. He had gone as far as mentioning particular names and telling the children that be careful, because anything can happen in future, and this person, that person will turn against you. So the children were loaded with this information. So he was intentional. When Sarah started talking about land, because one of my sisters is into real estate, and she would she was always
Don't
okay.
jump there yet, because that one is a different story. We won't go there yet.
Different story. Okay.
You know that Ivy is a wordsmith. She's a scribe, so she has a lot. I don't want us to miss critical some very, very important things here, very powerful things. Now, Ubong, I think, was 46. Is that correct?
48.
48. Thank you. He was 48 years old. The oldest child, 18. So I want you to appreciate that we're not talking of adult children. We're talking of young children. Jamon that we're talking about now is just going to be 16. Yeah? Or 17 this year. He's 17 this year.
Jamon is 16 now.
Good. He's 17 this year. So we're not talking of children that have grown. Are you with me? Yet from very early, this is a man that is larger than life. If you know Obon King, he's full of life, always talking about his. If you meet him, you will know his dream. And he gave the same thing to his children. He gave it to them as he was giving to outsiders. He was giving it to his children. You know, last week, their King Kalu girls told us that their dad took them everywhere, and their dad also used to tell them, take them along. This is a man that was intentional. He could never have imagined that he would go so early. He had so pumped them that they now became, in quotes, parents to their mom, realizing that, oh my God, this woman is a treasure, she's a queen. How do young children take up such responsibility? Because their father was intentional. And I'm praying any man there, listening now or later, if you already have children, it doesn't matter their age, start becoming intentional. There's nothing to hide. Start becoming intentional. Talking about your weaknesses doesn't make you less of a man. It strengthens your children. It gives them confidence. It helps them know that even though you go through challenges, you will come out of it. Ubon takes his son to eat and he says, you pay. Someone can say, but it's not him that gave him the money. Yeah, but if you know children, they're going to like to spend their money. So that he gave him that responsibility is awesome. So I really hope that we, beyond the listening, we're taking our notes here. It is awesome. Before you go on to Sarah, I want to tell you one of my own personal experiences. So this was in 2020, the year everybody was doing one thing online or the like, online. So when Ubon called me, we began to talk, and he was telling me about ClickFunnels. Anybody who is familiar with the online space would know about ClickFunnels. And then he now says, okay, he will not tell me about ClickFunnels. He called Jamon. There was a flip chart in the room that he was in, and told Jamon. Jamon was 14 years old, 1-4. and told him to talk to me about ClickFunnels. And Jamon told me about what it meant, and he spoke to me about business strategy and about blue ocean strategy. 14 years in a way that was, he had clear understanding. He was drawing the diagrams. He wasn't just talking to me. He was drawing the diagrams. He was showing me how you capture your clients, and how you have different the different what's it called now? He spoke about having a landing page. He spoke about when you receive the client, how they can go into different funnels. Jamon, 14. So I want you to talk about these things that he did in terms of building them and exposing them. And then please talk about Sarah, because I think Sarah's own was just amazing. Please proceed.
Okay, thank you, Mama. One of the things that Von King did a whole lot, once he discovered anything, whether it's business related, life related, he would be his guinea pig, because he will come home and he will make sure he swallows it out. I remember even a few weeks before he passed, because he became interested in the, what's it called, the Forex um, thing. And he wanted to ensure that everybody in the house understood Forex, even up to Sarah. I remember that last night before he traveled to Abuja, that when he came back, he passed. We were in the room, all the children were there. He was showing us ClickFunnels. It was as if he wanted to open his brain and pour it into everybody. At some point, I had to remind him that Sarah would need to go to school the next day, so we should release Sarah to go and sleep. It was that bad. So once Ubonking became passionate about anything at all, his family would be the first people to receive from that. So he intentionally taught Jamon a lot of those business lessons that he was learning. He would call him, he would sit together, he would show him. If he is going for an event where he's going to be speaking, he will take Jamon and the older sister, they will go with him. He will make sure they take notes of what was happening there, and they will send it to him. So that way, they're also learning alongside with him. So one of the things that used to happen, because we discovered that Sarah loves to draw. So Sarah would go into the room, in our room, because the room is big, there's a study part of the room where we have whiteboards. So Sarah would go there. She was always on his case, always on his case. She would go and she would start drawing diagrams of buildings, draw communities, and all of that. So he noticed, he picked that she was interested in real estate. And then one of my sisters in the house who is into real estate, she started talking to Sarah about real estate as well. So Sarah now caught this vision that she wants to buy land, she wants to build a school. She came, she told him, and he didn't shut her down, because all of them have a piggy bank in the house where you will put money, and Sarah had a piggy bank with money. So she brought the piggy bank to the father and said that, so he asked her, okay, how much is this land? Then that land was on sale for, I think, 550 a plot. And Sarah said the land is 550. He asked her, okay, bring your piggy. How much do you have in there? She had one promissory note from him for, I think, 100,000, and then some other small change. And she said this was all she had to buy the land. And he told my sister that, okay, take Sarah, let her go on an inspection, let her go and see that land. This thing was looking like a joke. We all thought it was a joke. But before we knew it, my sister took Sarah, she met the MD of the real estate company. They took Sarah on an inspection. So she went to inspect the land, and we did not hear the last word about that land. So he said to me that he was going to tamper with Sarah's mindset, that if she could think of this sort of thing, buying land at this age, she was about 7 then, that he was going to tamper with her mindset and make it a reality for her, so that she could see herself standing in the middle of her aspirations. So he told her, okay, bring everything that you have in your piggy bank. Sarah brought it, and he gave everything to me. He said, make sure you don't even give her 5 kobo from that money, that I should spend the money. And of course, gladly I took it. So He said, okay, Sarah, that is your deposit for that land. And he went ahead, he paid for the land, and he also paid for extra plots for the siblings. So on the day when Sarah was supposed to go and sign for the land document, I think they had wanted parents to come, but my husband said, no, let Sarah be the one to sign for the land. It's her own land. So she went, she signed and took possession of the real estate company. They did videos, they did an interview with Sarah, and she signed and she collected the documents for that land. So it tampered with Sarah's mindset. So those were the sort of things that he loved to do with the children. You know, he did not just talk, he showed them practically. So it helped them a whole lot in whatever, and of course also when it had to do with them failing at anything. Unlike what we saw growing up, that if you fail, you'll be ridiculed, you'll be mocked and all of that. When any of the children failed at something, it was something that he always encouraged them. He made them see that, look, I have failed in life before. He would tell them this story of how he failed in English. Because of that, he couldn't get admission into school immediately. He kept failing in English. He said that English dealt with him, that maybe that's why when God now wanted to give him a wife, God gave him a wife that could speak English for Africa. You know? So those are some of the things that really helped the children, because he tutored them, he mentored them practically. So the children, he wasn't this kind of father that the children were scared of. You know, they would always, if there was anything, they would always, in fact, the children would even go to him with something before I knew about it. They would plan coups, and another thing, he planned a lot of coups with them, because every time it was either my birthday or our wedding anniversary or no reason at all, he would come, he would plan with the children. I'll be in the house, I'll see a cake coming. They will write on the cake because it's Friday. Or I'll see, you know, he kept doing those spontaneous things, and the children were always involved. So now that he's not here, I've seen the children replicate that. For instance, on my birthday, I wasn't around, and I traveled. When I came home, I saw a cake, I saw a gift pack, and I was wondering how, because 3 of the children are away in school. It's just my last one. I discovered that they spoke with their aunties, they gave, and they bought with their own money, because I give them pocket money every month, you know, and I tell them to plan from it. Don't disturb my life, plan whatever you want from it. So they gave their aunties their ATM cards, the older ones, and they got that gift for me because they saw their father do it. Even the very first birthday I had after he passed, I didn't want to celebrate that birthday. Yeah. I didn't want to celebrate that birthday. Then my children said to me that Daddy, they even said, they said Daddy will not forgive us. Daddy will be angry with us if we let this birthday go. They told me, Mommy, you must celebrate this. It was like, whether you like it or not, you're going to celebrate this birthday. And me, I was feeling like a tough girl. I said, okay, whatever you want to do. But then eventually I ended up crying that day, because they set up the whole parlor, they brought things to the parlor, they ordered a cake, and they even, my son called our MD in the office, because I think at some point they didn't have enough money and they didn't want me to know because it was a surprise. So they called our MD in the company and they said it's mommy's birthday, that they would love the office to give me a cake. And those ones gladly, of course, those ones Don King had over trained them, and they gladly played along with them, and they sent a cake to the house. So those are some of the things that I've seen. And one thing he said to me, you know, the day we were going to hospital, he said to me, you and the children will never see shame. And he said to me, I trust the children. And it's now, as things unfold, I am seeing the depth of those words that he spoke. Because honestly, an impartation has taken place that is tangible. It's not audio. It's not something that is theory. There are things that we are experiencing practically in this season. It amazes even me, who is their mother, the kind of things that I've seen them do. You know, at some point they were saying to me, Mommy, we are planning something for you. And I told them, what are you planning? I hope you're not planning that when I'm older, you will put me in your house to come and do a mogo and all of that. And they started laughing. I said, I will not. This grandma will be traveling all over. She'll be too busy to come and take care of anybody's child. So they started laughing. So those are the sort of things that have been happening in the house.
Why? Wow, Ivy, Ivy, I am so blessed, and I think we are all so blessed. I don't know if you've been seeing all the great comments that have been coming on. This is such a blessing. You know, where do we start from? Look at what he said. I mean, he told me that story about Sarah, but hearing you say it again, it's different. Maybe now because he has transitioned, I can appreciate it the more. A child has saved money and wants to buy land. In her mind, I was trying to see if I could show you a particular picture. I forgot to upload it early enough. I don't know if it will show. I don't know if it is showing. Can you see it? I don't know if anybody can see the picture, or if lights is no. That is Sarah, and this is a drawing. Let me see. I don't know if that drawing will show well. No, I think it's shiny. It's a drawing that shows. In fact, the title says a company, and then she has. Oh yes, yes you can. I'm glad then. It has many things. You see, this is her idea of what this community would look like. She has all these buildings and what she believes it will be. And you can see a father recognizing very early. Look at the little child. She was 7 years old when she brought out her piggy bank and said, I want to buy land. And rather than the father, now what most of us may have done, if we're able to, say, okay, no problem, I buy you land, you will go, you will buy the land, you do everything, and you give it to the child. How much is the land? How much is your money, your pocket money? How much is the land? But he says, I want to reconfigure her mind. Let her go to the place. Let her see. And when I heard that, it reminded me of the scripture when God told Abraham, look to the north, to the west, the east, and the south. As far as your eyes can see, I'll give it to you. Now, we celebrate God that, okay, she had a dad that could afford it, but there are many other things that a person can do to expose your child and make a child know that it is possible. He created possibilities in her mind. And then, not only that, he did not sign the documents. The people wanted, no, a parent must sign. That is another thing about African mentality, which that's a different story for another day. Because they may have felt, a small child wants to come and sign land. No, she owns the land. Let her have that sense of, I own this. If the others, and this is the last born, so he didn't say that because she's buying land, all of you automatically must not buy land. She's the one that said she wants to buy land. Were you going to say something? No, okay. So this is something that I feel that parents, fathers, would-be fathers need to take away from this conversation. It is powerful. And then just here, you said, Ubong said, I trust my children, because he knew what he had done. He knew what he has done. So let's become really, really intense. I really pray that for each person listening now, it doesn't matter the age, the stage, or the phase of your life. You just have to become intentional. What are you doing? What are you going to put in the life of your child? What are you going to do to their mindsets that will make them have that sense of possibilities and raise, we said this is about raising confident children. Confidence. Yes, daddy has gone, but he's a lion. If you know, Ubong's logo is a lion. And we are of the tribe of the tribe of the lion of the tribe of Judah, right? So he trained them practically. Practically, yes. Train your child the way they should go. When they grow up, they will not depart from it. And these children are still growing. The oldest is 18. Praise the Lord. Finally, before we round off, talk to us about the bedroom mathematics. That is the bedroom thing you guys used to do, and about what you told me about safety in the bedroom.
Okay, thank you very much, Mama. I'm happy at this opportunity to share. One of the things that I had started doing and my husband keyed into it was that every day, every single day, as long as both of us are in town, the children will come into the room in the morning before they leave for school, and we'll share a session with them. I used to buy different devotionals and we'll study the devotionals, and then we'll rotate. I'll ask each child to read a particular story each day and then explain what they understood by that. So those sessions, what those sessions did for us is that it gave us an opportunity to share our family values with them. It also gave us an opportunity to step into their world, because those sessions were no holds barred. We allowed them to be free to express. Even if some of the things they're going to say will be shocking, you will just keep a straight face as if it's not shocking to you, so that you can learn and put yourself in their shoes. So it continued, and we got them to take a particular confession every single day, that you are an ambassador of heaven, because I told them that you represent God first of all. It's like a family mantra. You are an ambassador of heaven, and you are an ambassador of the Born King family. That one of the things that would live for you is a name that you can be proud of, a name that is associated with integrity and everything good. And what occasioned this mantra is that in one of those sessions, I told them, I said, I don't really believe in obeying parents when they are in your space. You say your parents and you do the right thing. I don't really believe in that. That is the one that when we are not there to see what you're doing, you choose to do the right thing, not because of fear that my parents will catch me, but out of honor and reverence for God. So I made them understand that. So I made them take this confession. It became a family confession, because we will take it right along with them, that we are ambassadors of heaven and ambassadors of the King's family. So, and I noticed something. This one we didn't teach the children. Each time any of them was ill, they would come and they would ask to sleep in our room. They said, Mommy or Daddy, your room, your bed is the healing bed. There's healing on that bed. That once they sleep on that bed, they are okay. I don't know how that one came about, but that's what all of them started saying. Once they are not feeling okay, they will just ask to sleep on our bed, and we'll oblige them, we'll allow them to do it. So I just believe that there's something that God was depositing in the spirit in that our room. Because even now, the greatest privilege you can give my children is to tell them, oh yeah, come and sleep on my bed. They will jump at it. They'll be very happy to come and sleep there. So those were the sessions that really helped us to imprint our family values on them. And I know that sometimes parents do their best. You train your child in the best way possible, and sometimes a child misbehaves, because the Bible says that foolishness is in the heart of a child. But aside that, God showed us certain pointers that these things that you have been doing with the children in the room every day, there's value that is coming from it, there's impartation that is coming from it. Because in school, the children were winning the character awards. I can remember one day I went to see my daughter. She was still in the secondary school, the oldest, Adora. I went to see her in school. And one of the security guard in school called me aside and she said, Madam, your daughter is a very good person. Is a very responsible and respectable child. And I said to her that she doesn't have a choice, that if she dares misbehave. That's the tone of my conversation. And the woman stopped me. She said, no, that I shouldn't say it like that. That there are children in this school that their parents come, they scream on them for the wrong things they do. That once the parents' backs are turned, those children turn into something else. So coming from somebody who is a guard in the school, that was information that really encouraged me to keep on doing the things that we're doing with them. There was a term that Adora and the brother Jamon, then two of them are started secondary school. They were always bringing home character awards. well behaved and all of that. And each time they came with those awards, the way we celebrated them, because my husband said that these awards mean more. The fact that their character is attestable, that it means more than even the academic awards are important. We encourage them to read, but the character awards meant a whole lot to us. So I knew that, okay, there's impartation that is happening here. Because sometimes when you do these things, you might not really see the depth of what is happening because you're seeing it in little faces. But over time, the results show. So that's one of the things that was happening in our bedroom meetings. And those meetings I have not done, even up till now. Right now, I just have Sarah with me at home. So two of us in the morning will do our devotional together, and I'll get her to take that confession. And I also try to listen to her, get into her world. So it's like a family value that we have established, and it has really helped us over the years.
Wow, wow, wow. Oh my goodness. I think I could listen to this more, so much more for a longer period. This has been such a blessing to listen to. It's been such a blessing. I don't want to forget that there are books that you can purchase for your own. Right now, we're talking about um, the family. We're talking about intentional parenting. Get this book. It's called Hidden Riches. You can get it either on Amazon, or you can order your copy by emailing books@pastorT.com. This book just talks about the different aspects of a man's life in particular. So you can use it to pray for your husband, pray for your son, pray for your daughters as well. Is scriptures. So it's worth having it in your library. There's another book that is valuable to you. It's called Father, I Need Your Help. Honestly, also available on Amazon, or you can email to get this. It lets you know that there is no help you cannot have from God. It's a prayer book, and you will love it absolutely. And one of my favorite ones for now is Let Us Break Bread Together. It's a book, a prayer book about communion and breaking bread. All are available on Amazon. And of course, you can also email books@pastorT.com. Ivy, it has been awesome listening to you. I am so blessed to listen to you. Oh, let me for her handle on Instagram is just go but with her name, email Ivy King, and you'll find her on Instagram. She has other things that she does, but once you connect there, before we go, there's the annual program that you do. Just 1 minute, talk about that annual program, invite people, because it's part of a legacy that is going on in the name of Ubonking, an amazing father. Before you do so, please let's put our hands together for our dear sister Ivy King. Also, yes, let me just show you the lovely things. Post something lovely, encouraging for this great woman. Did you hear what she said about the room being a safe haven? You remember something similar to what the Akin Padu girl said, right? Totally blessed. Please post one thing that has really you've enjoyed. Please, if this is your first time, like and subscribe, and like it now, like the video now. Thank you very much. We can see lots of clapping of hands. We appreciate you, Ivy. We love you. Show we love you. Right. So let me just quickly unmute so that you can unmute and just quickly talk about the coming program. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mom. I'm thoroughly blessed by this session. Thank you for inviting me on. I feel so honored and happy to be here. And thank you to everybody who is also watching, who is dropping comments. God bless you all. Thinkation is the flagship event of our foundation, Ubonking Foundation. Somebody reached out to me and said, I'm happy that you chose to continue it. And I told the person, why should I not? That was our thing. It wasn't just an Ubonking thing. I was involved with it. So the next edition is coming up on the 29th of January. And in case you're wondering what Thinkation means, Thinkation is a creative measure of thinking and education. Because Ubonking believed that education alone wasn't enough if you couldn't think critically. So his passion was to raise a generation of young entrepreneurs who would also think creatively to gain solutions. And that vision was birthed about 5 years ago. First edition was 2018, and we've had other editions. This is going to be the 5th edition. Second one after he passed, because right after he passed, we had the memorial edition. And like I tell people, I said, not even death can stop what God wanted to do with that event. And on the 29th, it's going to be a hybrid, meaning that we are going to have people watching online and a few people on site, because we are also mindful of the pandemic, mindful of regulations and all of that. And it will be airing on Ubonking YouTube channel. So once you're registered to attend, you can be a part of that conference. We have phenomenal transformational leaders coming on. We have coaches, we have writers, we have people, business people. We even have the COPS panel where teenagers are also going to come and share the things that they are doing, because we do not believe in despising anyone because they are young. We believe that you can be young and still do phenomenal things. So that legacy continues. Ubonking's passion to raise entrepreneurs that can think creative solutions instead of just having a dependency mindset, blaming government for everything blamable, people who could think solutions. That event continues. So I look forward to seeing every one of you, whether it's online or it's on site. It's going to be the same experience. So thank you very much, and God bless you.
Oh my goodness. Ivy, you know I love you. I love you. And God bless you.
I love you, Mama. Thank you. And you know, you did our premarital counseling. I won't forget that day at Oba.
Thank God. Thank God. We love you. We love you. The community is saying we love you. And just we just release the blessing of the Lord upon you. Please let's just pray for her, pray for the team, pray for Thinkatron. Pray that the legacy that has been left will definitely continue to live on, and that the testimonies that we have concerning the children, we will continue to hear good things concerning the children in Jesus' name, from Adora, Jamon, Atara, and Sarah. Correct? Yeah. And their mom, of course. Strength in every way. Strength. We give God the glory. Father, we thank you. It's going to be a success, and we look forward to greater things concerning you in Jesus' name. Definitely, we shall invite you again for some other conversations with Pastor T. But until then, I honor you and thank you so much. And to my amazing people, you guys have been so awesome. And I just shout out, make sure you have subscribed. I'm seeing some new names here. Please subscribe. Amaka, God bless you. Good to see you. Olaito, Ebube, Grace, Mary, Valerie, Yvonne, welcome. I'm just saying hi to everybody. Aisha, God bless you. Good to see you. Doris, good to see you. Akarata, good to see you. Ijoma, Moji, good to see you. Olaito, allow me, bless you. Bridget, good to see you. Who else have I not called out? And every person that has come up here today, I honor you. God bless you. Thank you, Franca. Good to see you. You can see Franca, Val, Mary D. Bless you, bless you. Jemima, everyone that has been on board here today. God bless you. It's so amazing. Blessed Nelson, I believe some of your people from your community are here. Ivy, and that is so good. That is so good. We are blessed. Want to do a shout out to them?
Want to do a shout out to them? Okay, I can see all the names. Ebube, Ekube. I can see Alvin. I can see Sister Franca, and a whole lot of people. The names are scrolled past. and Amaka also. Aisha is tuning in from Dubai. Thank you very much for tuning in. I thank out the broadcast and thank you for honoring me and honoring Pastor T by tuning into this session. And please, every other person that I can't see your name right now because it's scrolling past, but I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, Sister Moji. God bless you. God bless you all. I appreciate you.
Okay, then until next week, I'll see you guys again as we continue conversations with Pastor T. Remember to share the video, invite people, and I'm honored to bring great people to share their stories with you and with us, and we learn from it. God bless you. Mwah, and mwah, and mwah. See you next week.